Now, the proposed India-US interim trade deal, as it's being called, is almost through. But negotiations are still going on. The US demands that India should lower tariffs on import of agriculture and dairy products. They remain the key sticking points. My colleague Himanshu speaks to Sunil Jain. He's the Executive Council member of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. Listen in.
Sources say that India and the US are very close to finalizing an interim trade deal. To talk more on this, I have with me Sunil Jain, who is a member of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce Executive Council. How far have we moved towards the proposed interim trade deal ahead of the July 9th deadline?
Well, there are a lot of grapevine and speculation in the market, but the biggest indication is that the chief negotiator from Indian side has extended his stay in US. Now that is a reflection of that we are close to a deal, which may not be a full-fledged deal, but probably we are 80% there.
80% there?
Yes.
That essentially means that it may not include all the products that we export and import from US, but there could be some sectors and some products which will be kept out of the purview of the interim trade deal?
Yes, I think so. There are two bone of contentions from either side. One from India's side is agriculture products. That remains a very, very thorn from India's side because India cannot afford to import US agriculture products which are genetically modified. And secondly, US does not want a large-scale imports of auto components and steel and aluminum products. So these are some of the areas where probably we both have to make a compromise. Needs to be seen how it is to be done. But from India's point of view, genetically modified agriculture products will be a big no because there is a law which does not allow them. And therefore, India will have to amend the laws to do that, which looks highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
So agriculture and dairy products, yes, these are sectors which are likely to be kept out of the purview of the proposed Indo-US trade deal. Yeah. But other sectors where the maximum amount of export happens, yes, I think Indian exporters can expect relief on that.
Absolutely. Like pharma products, even US does not want pharma products to come down because it impacts their medical healthcare costs. So by and large, I think so it will remain, barring a few engineering products and agriculture products from India's side.
Right. So that essentially means that by 9th July deadline, till the time when President Trump had paused his reciprocal tariff, after 9th July, if there is an interim trade deal, then those products which are part of this trade deal will be exempt from the 26% reciprocal tariff.
Absolutely. And 9th July is sacrosanct what President Trump has announced. But I believe if there is a agreement, even if it is not signed, this deadline can be, shifted further so that the deal is signed and you remain status quo what you are today. Okay. So I'm not so much worried, but it is writing on the wall. We're looking at it. The deal is almost through.